Hello, local farm supporters. This is Holly Koster, and I'm tuning in with you today to give you a little walkthrough of our growing greenhouse. How is everybody? I hope everybody is taking care. We are in unprecedented times. This whole situation with the pandemic has everybody really figuring out how to thrive. At least that's our perspective. And so the flowers and our seedlings and seeds and landscaping and garden therapy and extra long meditations is helping us get through. And we hope to share a lot of that with you this season. Most importantly, my husband Tim and I have spent the last year transitioning to being on our own farm, growing flowers, and importantly, laying the groundwork for um, co-organizing the America in Bloom effort here in our little village of Grand Ridge, Illinois. So know that your contributions this season to our effort is all going toward that. Thankfully, I have a little bit of technical experience and I could throw together a couple websites during the onset of this pandemic. And so we've tried to connect the dots virtually because those of you who know me know I love to meet in person and give meetings and such. And all of our public gatherings were canceled, including our garden club tours, including our field days, including our eco camps for spring break. So we had a lot of shift and a lot of disappointment. But with that comes the challenge to rise up and figure out a new way. And so here is how we get to still deliver the things that we have in place. I'm going to give you a little tour of the greenhouse and what we have growing and explain it to you along the way. And hopefully it makes sense to you and you can find a way to support us and our communities. So here is some of the first stuff that we're doing, which is hanging baskets. So typically, we are purchasing flats of flowers for our garden therapy, cactus for our chapter on thriving from neglect and living simply and not needing much. So we do have a kit available. There are still some available to make that gorgeous heart basket. If you'd like a heart in your window, and succulents is how you'd like to display it, that is available for one of our Sow It Forward items, which I will tell you about a little bit later. So we will have one more round of these kits available here toward the end of April, and then we won't have another round until the small ones get a chance to grow some more, and that will be probably a couple months out. The second piece that we have is a lot of medicinal herbs. This is called Diana, Mexican heather. And I use a lot of this stuff for our dried teas and tinctures and teaching people how to capitalize on dense nutrition, which might feel a little more important to you these days. And then the other things that we have is wonderful cut flowers. We use these for our cut flower farm installation. So this is an example of one that pots up really easily. And well, this is actually only one plant in this pot to give you an idea of how amazing it is. And then we also have for looks and beautification, and specifically, we have purchased a collection of heritage hanging basket plants, and that is for our Main Street USA America in Bloom effort to install some lamp posts planters in Grand Ridge, which we recently have been approved to do. And so we will be packing 28-inch planters with gorgeous blooms of thrillers, fillers, and fillers for the bright sun, We have specialty shade items since we have a lot of shade on our farm. And we have, of course, native grasses. And we have some wine. And we have some hybrids that we really love and endorse because of the neat genetics for being able to grow things without a lot of pesticides. So one neat thing about hybrids is that they have less disease or bigger fruits or earlier fruits. And so for those of us who really want to just grow things and see how it works, it's a really great opportunity to work with scientists who are making some pretty cool hybrids, such as our organic potatoes, which we just got from a farm in Wisconsin. And we did a really neat piece with the 4-H group about how to grow them. Another cool planter. These are arrangements that actually those are ours for our farm house. But we do a lot of custom orders for people that want specific designs, not a lot, a handful. And that's what we can do for you. If you would like to come in via a virtual Zoom meeting to our greenhouse and discuss many of these flowers, herbs, seedlings. We do a lot from seed. These are special celosia that we're doing for our cut flowers. These are some herbs. This is our, I love to do them from cuttings where we have a 3rd or 4th generation of herbs. And then of course, we have our butterfly and pollinator favorites. This one happens to be called lophos flower. It's a vining, climbing plant. And so what we are focused on is working with specialty varieties and fun varieties that match our vision to increase specialty crops, flowers, plants, herbs, vegetables. We do a lot of companion planting with our vegetables. And then, of course, to educate with them. So we love to take these as samples in to garden clubs and talk about growing things from seedlings or finding things in neat colors or bold colors or unique colors. Black petunias, for example, pink Bidens. Some companion plants. And we are happy to give a full tour if you want to have your baskets made. These are custom picks from virtual tours for people who have selected their free gift. So I'm going to tell you about that. If you buy a full day of education, which is me giving a online seminar, you get this basket. That is a $55 class donation to perform the class. If you do other increments, we have these smaller baskets, a hay rack style. And then of course we have individual pots. If you have your own planters and are ready to put some color in, then each time, thank you for recycling your containers with us. This is how we are able to do a lot of this affordably. So do think about us if you have a handful of containers, because we can easily disinfect them and reuse them when they're nice sturdy ones. So these, for each time that you buy an $11 pass for one of the students to participate, then you get a nice little pack like that. So this is an example of one I did early in the year, and it's got various mix and match colors in it. And this is what the tour would be like. Or you might custom pick, and then we put it in a big container, and then you take it home and plant it in a few weeks. So here is why I'm offering this tour today, is to remind you that we don't have very many weeks in the greenhouse left before we shift our attention out to our field. We cannot open anything that would look or feel like a garden center this year. So what we are doing is taking orders right now. Each time you send in your donation for any program that has a Sow It Forward tag on it on our Grateful Plains website, then we will reach out to you to select your free gift. And it can be anything that you see here. It can be seed pack, or perhaps it is a garden therapy session later in the year when you want to come one-on-one for a play shop play date with us. So that is our approach to how we are adjusting. Please visit our website. Look into how you can participate and come and visit our effort here in Grand Ridge when we open up again. For now, happy planting, be well, and thank you for your interest in our farm.